Hey everybody. Thanks, Pool Pro. It is
Seriously start a live Yep.
it is my birthday today. I am 31. And it's not the worst. This is pretty cool. What'd you say, Randy?
So this one might get monetized.
Nah. Cheers to everybody joining me today. We're having a really awesome day. It started off amazing at midnight last night. Walmart and like ran errands and got home and went to bed. It was very nice, but not before I ate too much meat and cheese. Hey Delight, thank you. But today's live stream is not just about me, it's about y'all. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for helping me to have the kind of life that at 31 I feel super good about existing. Like, I'm really glad that I was born and that y'all have participated in like hanging out with me and stuff. So thank you guys for all of that. That really sounded better in my head.
This is all
Hey y'all. Right? Though I do want to show off something. Randy is the bouquet. He picked me out some flowers from the store and they're my absolute favorite.
Well, I'd love to moderate, but it's just not showing me that you're live.
Is it not? I wish the roses tasted as good as they look because they are beautiful. Absolute favorite color of rose in the whole world. Right? And I had an idea, which some of y'all resin artists out there, feel free to take this and run with it because I'm like, somebody can make a business out of this. But I'd had the thought because I was like, with flower arrangements, I always feel kind of sad because they fade. The blooms fade and the petals fall off and they basically, they're dead plants. I was like, what if we pressed the petals? Like, it would take like a couple of books to press all the petals in here, and like the flower heads and stuff, like pressed them and preserved them and tried to like capture as much of that color as we could, and then used those petals and different things to make like a cool like mandala. And I was like, that would be the perfect thing, I think, to do with like a wedding bouquet. Like, right? Maybe? I thought that'd be neat.
Hey, there it is.
So, but thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. I'm having an awesome day. I'm very excited to be 31, and that is work. So we've actually been experimenting with the Cricut today on craft foam, and I know how to use my Cricut. Do it, love?
So now I can moderate.
Ooh. But yeah, I think it is pretty dull, but ooh, okay, yeah, see, all the good ideas have already been done, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do them anyways. Hey, Laura. Right? Ooh, yeah, silk flowers. That's actually a really good idea. The horns that I had made. Hey, Sam Dog. We should have gotten party hats. Because I remember for our friend Pam's birthday, we put party hats on all spring, maybe. Well, let me see.
They call it buffering. Yes, that helps.
Happy birthday to you too, Amzy. It's a good day to have been born, I think. And congratulations to everybody else who's been born, because gosh, it's good to be alive. Okay, yeah, I was hooked up to the house's internet. Now I'm broadcasting straight to space right from the phone, so hopefully that will have helped. Maybe refresh y'all's pages too.
Click the little live button down there next to the...
Do it? Cool. Oh my god, it's like 1,000,000 degrees in here. It's gonna be loud today, but it's hot. You okay? So sorry about the loud air conditioner, but I'll just yell. Can you hear me? Yeah, I made horns using Kamui Cosplay's ram horn pattern, which I actually have these go on. I really, really love Kamui Cosplay's horns. But I'm terrible at joining up like the seams and stuff. So you can see here, oof, that's messy. Like, that's gross messy. So what we do is let me go ahead and get moved to the other side where I'm not in the direct path of the air conditioner. but can still experience some of its benefits. Should we tell them that story? You don't think so? I think I'm going to, but I'm not going to demonstrate. So, I do this thing that Randy and I call moose hollering, which is actually like lion's breath in yoga. No, it's called lion's breath. Well, it's called moose hollering now, but it feels really good. No, I'm not thank you. You're doing great. Doing just what you're doing. Sam is always concerned. Okay, so what were we talking about? Is that a little bit better for you guys, with the sound? Some Vonception going on here in the background. Hey, Sarah. First time I've made it to the live. Ah, I know, right? 5 in the morning. What are you even doing up? I need a dead cat for the phone. If I did not know that that was what microphone covers are called, I'd be like, excuse me, sir? Cool. Excellent. We'll learn baboon calling. Right on. Well, Randy and I have been slap happy all morning. I don't know why. Like, we woke up way earlier than what we usually do. Especially since we've gotten this gym membership. We've been going to the gym every day. And, like, we've been going to bed at like 2 to 4 in the morning. And then waking up. What is that kind of bug in my window? Oh, it's a grasshopper. Okay. Oh boy. But and then getting up at like 2 in the afternoon. Or at least that's when I've been getting up. And so last night we went to bed at a regular time, and then this morning I was up at like 8:30. I didn't really feel good. So gecko calling. But Callie just came back inside. She was on top of the deep freeze. I don't know where she's off to now. She usually finds, like, she's a wild animal. Like, she goes out and about and explores and stuff, and then just comes inside to eat our food and sleep on our furniture. Way to go with the gym thing. Which gym do you guys use? We've been going to the local Y, like the YMCA, and they just started doing I just recently became aware of their 24-hour, like, one of their weight rooms, you can go in, like, has 24-hour access. So I can't go swimming at 2 in the morning, but we can go and lift weights, and I'm like chunk. So I'm really love exercise. Just forgot how to do it. I'm not gonna lie, Gina, I always forget how much I love weightlifting. Like, I love it because so much of, like, health and fitness and weight loss is almost more about what you don't do, overeat, and less about what you are doing. Like, because I cannot out exercise my bad eating habits, but I don't do well in the absence of, like, something. Like, if I remove something, I have to add something in to, like, fill that void, because that's just how I roll. Like, it keeps me going, like, and stays motivated if I can actively be doing something that I feel like I'm being productive, and it shuts down my inner, like, monkey chatter and all these different things. And weightlifting is that thing for me, because all day I'm, like, burning and, like, oh man, you know. And Randy has this, like neck massager thing that we had gotten him for Christmas, like, a couple years ago. It's like one of those wall, like, it has different head attachments, and it, like, will pummel your muscles. Feels so good. But yeah, so anyways, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes.
Will you be at Dragon?
Will we be at Dragon? We will be. I think they've given us our booth placement. I just haven't, like, looked at it. We'll be on the 3rd floor, I'm pretty sure. We'll fill you in more as we find out more. It is so much more fun to go to the gym with Randy. Like, I don't even put my headphones in now. Like, I put them in for warming up on the, like, elliptical and stuff, but then I just take them out, and Randy and I just hang out and lift weights. So, these are actually going to an outfit that we're selling, but I am going to be dremeling them a bit to get it to be, like, because that's like a lumpy mess of a seam. Like, that's bad. But using the Cricut, because we used to use the handheld punch and the, like, 2mm foam, punching out just little circles. Like, y'all want some ASMR? Thank you. It's Wiggle Your Toes Day, right? Okay, so adjusting the tripod. Let's see how that goes. Oh no. Okay. Randy, those sausages didn't fit all over me. I've been having just stomach issues today. I don't want to be getting sick. Okay. Foam weeding, yes. Well, and I'm really glad to have found something that we can actually use our Cricut for, because it does not perform on leather the way that I thought it would. But again, a lot of it is my own ignorance. So, thank you, Susan. Thank you, Galen. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so should I peel the backing off first, or should I peel out the... Randy wants this to happen. Ugh. He's over there. I don't know if you can hear him just going. So this is my strong boy, my strong grip mat. I wish that I had my, because I've got some long boys in the regular. Oh no.
Saying this word. I don't think it means what you think.
It makes me happy to say it. But I need to get a long boy, strong boy. So a long purple mat. That way I don't have to cut my foam mats in half. And I don't know why, but it shifted it. So the ones at the top, like, I don't know, it was just weird. But yeah, so now we're gonna have all these little foam bits. And I'm actually going to be layering these like scales, because I like to use thermoplastic on the horns because it's very durable, but it also adds a pretty significant amount of weight. Like, even if it's just like a 2-pound headdress, that's still 2 pounds that you're wearing on your head all day. If we could keep that weight down, like to an absolute minimum, with very little load shifting, so like it doesn't bother you to like turn your head and stuff, then that's going to greatly increase the comfort of our horn headdresses. So, and I just went into the Cricut design thingy, and oh, I just love this stuff. I need to replace my blade though. It's been used for making quite a bit of stuff. Huh?
Someone retracted their message, and I was like, I wasn't done reading that.
So any questions and comments and stuff yet, Randy?
Where'd you get that mat?
Michael's? I don't know. They actually sell them at like Walmart now, actually, in the scrapbooking section, like in the kind of crafty area. But my favorite place to get stuff like this is on Amazon, because then I don't have to leave my house. But I am also always very careful. I save the little plasticky part, and I put that right back over it. Just because the longer I can keep all my filthy house off of my mats, the better.
How do you keep the mat sticky?
The mat is like from the future, okay? Like, it's not like tape or anything. It's, I guess, because of the way that the surface texture is, something science is happening here, that it's sticky without having an adhesive on it. And anytime that I get like fur and crud, like this one, the downside with working with leather, with my Cricut mats, is it covers it in this like pithy leather backing. So what I do is I go in, oh, is it, Laura? But I go in and I actually just with soap and water on my kitchen sponge and soap it up real hefty, and then just rinse, and all of this will come off. Do y'all want to watch that? Oh, come on, that'd be cool. Okay. Yeah, the kitchen's disgusting, isn't it? Okay, never mind. Our kitchen looks like nightmare fuel. But, so what I'm going to do... These are for... What we're going to do is Randy and I are going to... We tag team it. We both put on respirators, and one of us has the barge cement, and the other one has, you know, assembles. It's exactly the same as I did on my Capricorn. Oh, right on. I'll have to try that. But we start at like the tip, just the tip. And we'll barge on the little, I am going to be using thermoplastic for the tip. So we'll do a thermoplastic tip. And then we'll just start applying, starting with the small. And I'm just going to do a few for demonstration. But you see how they kind of layer over each other and look very much like scales? And then move up to the next size, layering them. And as they get bigger, I actually start to cut them in half. So again, let's pretend for a minute that these are actually being glued down. But so you can kind of see how that builds up, and then once we get to the large size, we'll just keep layering all the scales. And this covers up all of my crappy foam work, because I'm not very good at, like, I need more practice, rather, in clean foam work. Like, I really, really admire, like, oh, there's a couple of gentlemen on Instagram who are doing, like, really cool Saiyan armor, and oh my gosh, their stuff is crisp. Forging s'mores, very crispy, clean foam lines and stuff. Yeah, I'm not good at that. I need more practice for sure. And I'm lazy, so instead of getting good, I just cover it with crap and be like, see, it was on purpose. And nobody will know that my lines look like garbage. So that's what we're going to be doing with those horns. Also, I completely forgot to heat form these first. And, ooh, that's a really good idea, Jim. A colored cast resin horn tip with LED, because they're hollow, so we'd actually be able to do that. I use Quick Seal to seal my seams. I'm gonna have to try that. But today is not that day. But I do need to heat form it, and that'll make it a little bit rounder, and then I could probably go through and, I don't know, I really like the scale and texture look and stuff too, because then, like, I feel like my strong suit with foam working is painting. Like, I really love painting and bringing out, like, that contrast and depth and, like, texture and detail and stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing with these horns, which leads us to those of y'all who've been keeping up with us on our live streams. We were in a bit of a pickle, I'm not gonna lie, about Dragon.
Oh.
It turned out, like, we had purchased 3 6-foot tables. So we have 18 feet of frontage, and our helper isn't going to be able to make it, we don't think. And it's a very small chance, and Randy and I have learned that regardless of who we're working with, even very, very trustworthy people, and, you know, we've learned that the fates just do not smile upon us relying a small percentage. So we always plan like we're gonna get F'd in the A, and then whenever we don't, we're like, oh, this is amazing, but just in case, we were prepared. And yeah, oh, that's very nice. Or the times that it does work out in the worst case scenario, we're like, this is fine, we planned for this, we can do this. Contingency plan, no, like contingency plan Z
sometimes.
But we figured out. Huh?
No,
No, well, I'm really excited. I drew a picture and it solved all of our problems. But no, I've been brain blasting left and right here lately. Just like problems that have been festering. I'm like, oh, and getting it fixed. So I don't know what kind of stars are in alignment or what, but, or maybe it's going to the gym and my brain works better. Also, I've come up with my #1 rule for health. And that is, well, I don't know. It's not the #1 rule. But anyways, I was like talking to Randy, and we were talking about our water drinking habits. I'll finish this in a sec. I have to go off on this tangent for a minute. And it was like, the first, you know, the core of health is hydration. And then I looked at Randy and I was like, drink water like it's gonna make you money and solve all of your problems. So I've been like dumping water into my body. But anyways, but I don't know, he laughed and I laughed and the toaster laughed. It was great. So we fixed our booth design. for Dragon. And I thought that I'd share this with you guys because as vendors, sometimes you get stuck in a space that is maybe too big for your inventory or too big for the displays that you have, or in our case, too big for the people that you have to run it. And the problems that we were running into is with 18 feet of frontage, that's 9 feet for both Randy and I to deal with, which equates to sometimes 9 customers at a time. So we're like, we're not going to be able to greet everybody. And like, you need to greet people to get them shopping, to let them know that you're there for them so they recognize you as an employee. And also you need to be able to scope and make sure people aren't stealing things or anything like that. So, and also a number 2 problem is whenever people try on our costumes for a decade, when people try on our costumes, I would escort them to the restroom, and they could put the whole costume on and kind of get an idea for it and be like, okay, yeah, this is gonna work. And that, which removes me from the equation entirely, which would have left Randy with a solid 18 feet of frontage, like all on his own. And it's like, I couldn't do that. I'm not going to expect Randy to do that. I mean, he's done it before and he does really well at it, but I'd rather not put him in that situation. So, and not at Dragon Island. That's a very valid point. So this is our booth, and I'm actually going to get turned around again because that was very nice. Is Mountain Dew not water? It's like water based. That's true. Yeah, they don't even put real water in. It's like it says water, but it has like an asterisk next to it. That's like, except for when it's not. Okay.
Like water, but like not like out of the toilet water?
Yeah, it's toilet water. For sure. Okay, so that you guys know. Oh, thank you, Scarla. This is drawn actually pretty close to scale. Each little line is, 1 foot. So our booth is 6 feet deep by 18 feet across, and that's not counting on any aisle space that we might be able to take over. Last year, we actually took over a little bit of our aisle space because we talked to the neighbor on the other side of the aisle, and they were like, yeah, this is going to be fine. So we were like, boom, more space. Ooh, nice. But we're not counting on that. But if we do, what we're going to do is these here are our vertical, like I know it's drawn out that way, but they're actually growing like up this way. And we could just shift it down a bit, and that would let us be able to do what we need to do. So we've got, yeah. We have these 3 grid walls are providing the spine structure. Then we also have a corner here with an extension, and then a corner here with 2 extensions, and then these are 2 more grid walls. And this is what's solving all of our problems, is we are actually making a fitting room. And so that way I am not going to have to leave the booth. It takes up a significant, like 16 square feet of floor space, which honestly, it also gives us a break room where I can eat a sandwich without having to look at people, because honest to God, it's a nightmare to watch me eat. And people don't need to see that. So I can like sit back here. Yeah, they gotta pay money if they want to see me eat. What? But that gives us kind of just, and then we've got our support cross beams. It's, if you guys are interested, I will do another, yeah, Caitlin, it's a makeshift dressing room. And so we're going to use a PVC pipe that has holes drilled in it so we can like use a bunch of zip ties and support it here. That way it's not like wibble wobbling. We're going to have one of our curved garment bars up high supporting over here. We're going to bring Barbie because a lot of it is we were hoping our friend, like we had planned that our friend that was going to help was going to be bringing his vehicle. So we were going to be bringing like all of our 3D mannequins and like full-bodied mannequins and stuff. But it was gonna look really awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll be fine without those things. They just would have been nice. And honestly, I haven't hardly made any male costumes either. So the not having to bring our 3D male mannequins completely removes that as an issue, and I can just focus on kind of beefing up the inventory that we already have. So yeah, this is going to be at Dragon Con, which is I'm not gonna lie, you guys, there's instances where the people density, if all of these little rings are people, which these are not to scale, people are actually bigger than these rings. The density of humans walking past our booth on like Saturday afternoon is actually, I think, the worst time to come shop because the density is like that. Like, it's people cannot even stop to shop, and just the force of the bodies behind them pushes the traffic like through. So by having to where people can step in and try stuff on, but a limited enough space, that what we ran into whenever we had a 10 by 10 is sometimes somebody will come by the booth and they're interested in something, or they want to like ask questions, or they're a crafter too, and it's very rare. And I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining, but they'll come in. Like, one guy, he came in our booth and stayed for 3 hours and was just like, it's somebody we had run into in a prior convention, and it was great to see him and stuff, but we were like, I'm sorry, we're at work right now, like, we can't hang out, let's hang out later. And he just kept not leaving, and we were like, dude, you have got to go, because it's like, when we're at work, like, we're working, and it's and he was behaving in a manner that was demanding a lot of attention. Like, most of our friends, when they swing by, most of y'all are amazing. Like, you totally, like, you'll step back and let us do what we need to do, and then when we've made the sale and the customer leaves, we'll step back and keep talking. We'll pick up right where we left off. But so by having the shallower space, it makes it easier. In fact, it'd be easy if I didn't mind being rude to people, but I don't like being rude, so I'm like, hello, stranger, can you please leave? I'm not good at doing that. And so, like, by having the shallower booth space, it helps keep everything, like, nice and, like, tight. And sometimes people just trying to get out of the crowd will, like, step into the booth to, like, text, or to, like, come in and, like, just have a moment. And, like, we get that, and we'll greet them and, everything, but we also try to hype them back up and push them right back out into the crowd. Be like, fly, little bird, you gotta get out of here. So it feels really harsh. It does, because in my heart, I want to take, like, all of you home and feed you. But just not a dragon. So, yeah. And no, and I always hesitate to ever say anything, because y'all will know if, like, we try to make it very obvious that it's like, okay, we have to go now. Like, and we'll say, and, like, a lot of y'all who've come by and seen us, you're very understanding, like, you get it. You're crafters and professional, and, people as well. But it's just, all it takes is one. And then I'm like, oh, we need this to never happen again. How do we prevent this? And a lot of things would be easier if I were just better at setting boundaries. But I suck at that. Practice makes progress, but the retail struggle is real. I did retail for 15 years, says Southern, and so many people don't understand that you have to engage customers to make money. Yeah. And also, I mean, I don't just talk to humans for money. Like, that's something that gets kind of lost even to myself sometimes, that it's like, I don't just exist as a business person. I am a workaholic, but it's like right now, I'm just hanging out with y'all. Like, I'm not trying to fleece you for money. That comes later when I talk about my Etsy update. But I try to be really, like, straightforward and clear cut and stuff. But if socializing were easy, we'd all be good at it. Yeah, that's just a big old honking grasshopper. Yeah, Lisa, you got it. Well, hey, Cynthia. Okay, so y'all have my undivided attention for a minute. I want to answer some of you guys' questions. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of crafting today because it's my birthday and I just feel like talking. But Yvonne says, sorry, it's so funny to say my own name, but it's your name, so I bet it's funny for you to say my name when it's your, anyways. Maybe doing my first craft show. Yikes. Do you have a formula for how much inventory to have on hand, i.e. how many sizes of rings per style, how many bracelets per style, and one of a kind? Rand is not wrong. He says as much as humanly possible, and I'm not gonna lie, that's very, like...
Where's your tablet?
I have no idea. I have no idea where my tablet is. I have one job and I failed miserably. Yeah. I typically try to have 3 to 5 of, like, whenever I make my Dragonite cuff bracelets, which I need to make more of those for Dragon. I try to have at least 3 of them on display. I try to make 5. That way I've got a couple for back stock because they're a higher priced item, so they're not selling like super fast. But I try to have a couple on back stock. That way I can have at least 3 displayed at any given time. That way if somebody sees it and they're like, oh, I love the red and gold colors, but I really love like blue and white, and I can be like, I got one. Or they, by seeing that diversity, they don't just think, oh, I don't like that. They're like, I like that, but I'd like it better. You know, by being able to compare, like the hunter-gatherer inside of us, like starts comparing, and kind of it instigates that shopping experience of being like, oh, no, that's nice, but this one's much more me, except for maybe if this were different. And then that's where I step in as the artisan, and I'm like, hey, do you want me to make one for you? Only I try to be like less creepy about it. So yeah, like, and if I can have 10 of something, that's if I know that I'm going to be having, like, this is a part of my inventory now, I'll try to make like 10 in that style, in different, like the wire wrapped earrings that we gave away last week, which Deb, I got your message, and Deb doesn't have pierced ears, so I'm going to send her something different. She was very sweet and sent me a message and was like, you just keep those and put them in your inventory for Dragon. My ears aren't even pierced. And I'm like, I'm going to send you a surprise that it didn't matter if your ears are pierced. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, those earrings, I made them in like 8 different... Callie ate it. Oh, I love you, but I'm so allergic to you. Don't come back. I have to... Oh, my kitty. You see her waving? She's so cute. Can I just rub my face on her? Please. Can I just touch her butt? What? She's so cute, Randy. How does she even do this all the time? Just being this cute.
Okay. Well.
Okay, yeah, I don't know where it is. You're just gonna have to yell them at me. What were we talking about? Yeah, I made like 8 pairs of those earrings, so I was like, I really like these, and I want them to sell well. Oh, yeah, I touched the cat and then rub it in my eyes, no wonder. Sparky says, have you thought about investing in a small trailer to haul most of your stuff? If we had, we don't even have a hitch hookup on our van, and the van is a 2001 Chrysler Town and Country, which is a good make and model, but it is getting old. Not gonna lie, for a vehicle, it's getting pretty old.
It's just getting a lot of miles.
It's getting a lot of miles on it, and I know that as soon as we invest in getting a trailer and a hitch hookup and stuff, it's gonna die. And then we're just gonna have a trailer. So we're actually saving up to get a cargo van. Hopefully one that's been lightly used, because I don't believe in buying new. Or rather, I understand buying new. It's just a luxury that I cannot afford, like probably not for another decade. So we're looking into buying a cargo van, and then we'll be able to fit, I think, lots and lots of stuff. Because you can still put, like, some of these cargo vans will have a hitch hookup, and then we can do like a back thing, and then think about doing a trailer from there. But too many times have I seen other vendors get their trailers completely stolen or broken into, or it complicates inner city parking, which so does being in a cargo van. But we're more comfortable going that route of a cargo van, especially with our leather working and stuff too. If there were any kind of, if we were to get a trailer, it'd have to be an enclosed trailer, and it's just, I don't know. I'm still weird about just driving in just a van, like a big old van. I'm like, ooh, this is a boat. But that's a really good question though, Sparky. And I'm definitely not ruling it out. Cassie asks, I would like to know the type of bulk chains for necklaces and where to get it. I get most of our chain from the Ringboard. I use their enameled iron. or enameled copper. And then also from Fire Mountain Gems, oftentimes they'll be very straightforward and very consistent in if something's hypoallergenic, it's labeled clearly. So and I really like using their silver chains, like their sterling silver whenever we do that, and some other things. But and then also aluminum chain from Michaels when people just want like a super inexpensive chain that won't turn them green. We go with the aluminum. Tanya says, I am dying waiting for the Tila bead tutorial. Any news on when that one is coming? I have shot it. And thanks for that birthday wishes. It is pretty cool being a Leo. I like it. It's working out pretty well for me, I think. The Tila, we have a beaded necklace tutorial that has been shot, and we have a wire wrapping pendant tutorial using the Tila beads that has been shot. I just need to voice over them, and it's just... This is such a lame excuse. I'm very far back. It's a very lame excuse, but when the air conditioner's not running up in the studio, which is also our bedroom, it gets mega hot, and I'm having trouble mustering up the motivation to go sweat and talk into a microphone for an hour and a half, because that's how long the video is. What was your favorite birthday? One more memorable. I don't know. So far, this is a pretty sweet birthday. And the problem, like, it's difficult because y'all and Randy and all the people in my life make every day, like, this is gonna sound corny, but so amazing that it's like, I mean, I don't know, cake's really good. I'm trying to think, when was the best cake? I don't know. I actually like other people's birthdays more than my birthdays because I get to like give presents and make cakes and stuff. But I don't know. This one's going pretty well, so I'm gonna pick this one. Oh no! Literally just got. Where is the best place to purchase colored jump rings that match the wire colors? If you buy from Parawire, I highly recommend We've Got Mail because, as far as I'm aware, they make their rings from Parawire, so you can get like exact matches. Just outside of Atlanta, if you need help with, Sabrina, I'll definitely keep that in mind. But I think with the modifications, I think Randy and I will be able to handle it more than just fine. And also, there's not a whole lot of square footage space to be able to fit in another person, like if that makes sense. Oh, okay. Clarissa says, I'm so new on this channel, trying to follow your tutorials, but chainmail for me is so difficult. Sometimes your videos are so learning curve for me. Aw, well, I hope I can keep being helpful to you, Clarissa. Mango rum, right? Ooh, Italian rum cakes. It is, and it's very generous of, the question was, I don't know if you heard what Randy had said, is it okay to bring me gifts at conventions? Yeah, and I mean, honestly, just y'all showing up and getting to see you, that's more of a present than I could have ever asked for. But it is also really nice whenever, like, Connie, if you still watch my work, Connie, it was so nice when you came and visited us at OzCon and you gave these beautiful, like, agate slabs and stuff, and it's very nice to have something tangible to be able to remember having gotten to meet you. And I think of you often, so... Oh, really, Colleen? Even with me going at a camera and stuff. She says your chainmail tutorials are the most clear that I have found. Well, thank you. That's a huge compliment. There's a lot of really good videos here on YouTube, and most of them aren't mine. Hey, Raylene. I get my sterling silver chain from Fire Mountain Gems. A lot of places on like Amazon and eBay that I've purchased sterling silver from. Sterling silver. I don't buy it. I think it's plated. Like, well, I've bought it, but I'm not buying what they're selling. Like, if you like, I'm not picking up what they're laying down. I think they're lying. Whereas on Fire Mountain Gems, if I get something that's sterling silver, it's sterling through, or it'll specifically say that it's been plated. So whenever the plate wears off and it starts turning my neck purple, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Are you going to be at AwesomeCon this year?
We are not going to be at AwesomeCon this year. We don't have any plans for that. Ooh, Tammy says, what do you do when someone wants to trade instead of buy? Not gonna lie, Tammy, we don't do trades. My student loan doesn't take trades. Our electric company doesn't take trades. For the most part, the grocery store doesn't take trades. And I'm like, ugh, like if we get approached outside of a convention, we can kind of work things out, because sometimes I'll make something custom for someone in trade for something else, like that's very rare, because I'm really bad about getting anything custom made in a timely manner. But it's when we're at conventions, I'm like, no, I can't. And it's just, again, I'm not very good at setting boundaries, so whenever I do set a boundary, I have to stick with it, because as soon as I start being inconsistent and doing trades with some people, I'm going to feel like I have to do trades with everybody. Like, I can't meander over that line of that boundary. So, oh dang, Nina. Okay, so that's the story from earlier too. Is we were singing the Shania Twain song, like just doing that intro.
Randomly said, I feel like.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like, and Randy went like a woman. And then I looked on and wanted to do it off camera because it's horrible. But he went like, and I went, and then he just looks at me and like seal barks a little bit. And we just keep going. And it's been a good day. So, Leah says, I wanted to tell you that some of your earrings I sent to Nicole Hannah. She recently had her hair shaved because of health issues. Holy crap, and she loved them. Thank you for all you share. Happy birthday. Wow, I had no idea. Is Nicole okay? I'm gonna have to stalk her a bit and find out. Like, I've never gotten to know her personally, but I love and admire her work. I hope she's doing alright. Bev says, I've been trying to learn wire wrapping with a lot of help from you and your videos. When you give out the wire gauge info, do you use American wire gauge or standard wire gauge? I think I use standard wire gauge. Let me take a look at my wire and see. It doesn't say on the wrapping. I use Parawire. So I would Google it and be like, is Parawire I think it's standard wire. I don't know. Let me see. Because on our chainmail rings, Chainmail Joe, where are you at? Okay, standard wire gauge is what we use. Because you can see here on Chainmail Joe's stuff, 16 American wire gauge or 18 standard wire gauge, and I call these 18 gauge 3/16. Though honestly, I'd have to compare this side by side. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's standard wire gauge. I think, but actually, I think in our chainmail rings we use standard wire gauge, and I think in our wire we use American wire gauge. Don't quote me on it. I'd Google it. Caitlin says, is your hair wrapped up in the hair decoration? It is. It's all like woven in and stuff. I've had it in for about like, I don't know, a week maybe.
Bit of a two-part question.
Okay.
What do you do when someone wants a discount when they buy multiple items?
It depends. When somebody asks for a discount when they're buying multiple items,
Depends on how they've been acting.
it depends entirely on the person and the scenario and what they're buying. Because sometimes if they're picking out like a bunch of different pieces that are, one of a kind and they're already priced pretty low, and if they're being a bit of a butthole about it, then I'll be like, I'm sorry, we can't do any discounts. I'm not gonna, and what we sell is not an essential item. It's not like you're trying to get a discount on food because you've got a family to feed, or it's not like you're trying to get a discount on like auto repairs because your budget is just super tight and you've got to get that car to go. We sell a purely luxury item. 100%. It's very nice to be able to buy shinies and things, but you don't have to have this thing that we're selling. And too many times we've had people, haggle us down and be like, oh, it's a $15 piece, and which already I'm like, ooh, that's so expensive. Which at the time I'm not. Even now, I'll work hard for $15. I'm like, yes, that's a day's worth of groceries for two people, easy.
Where are you shopping at?
King Cash Saver, basically. But and then so they'd whittle us down to like 10, and then they'd pay with a 20, and I'm like, and just like the smug way that I don't know how much of it's in my head, but I would like, it makes me feel yucky, that it's like I worked really hard on that and tried to charge as little as possible and felt like I was trying to be nice and then feel gross about it. So, but if the person, more often than not, this is the case, like if they're buying a couple of different things and like they're looking at like earrings or something, oftentimes I'll give, like if somebody wants a discount, we'll throw in earrings or the chains for the pendants for free. Because those, to be candid with you guys, those are our highest profit margin pieces, so I can kind of get away with just giving it away. And also, they're just, I don't know, like, we can give the sprinkles away for free, but we can't give away the frosting or the cake for free, if that makes sense.
That means so.
I want cake. Okay.
What do you say to friends or family who continuously ask for a family discount?
I have been very lucky that all of our friends and the bit of family that we stay in contact with are very understanding of how little we actually charge for our work. They see how hard we work. None of them have asked for discounts. That doesn't mean I haven't given discounts just because I love them, but it's there was one person, and I'm not going to be specific, but they had requested some custom pieces, and I used genuine pearls, genuine Russian Amazonite. It's like made them specifically to the length that she wanted and everything, and then in this social circle went and complained to everyone about how much I had charged.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like,
Okay. I just don't work with you
yep.
anymore.
And that's what it boils down to, is it's like as a as careful as I am to be kind to people that I don't know, that, like strangers who come into the booth, because I don't know what's up. Like, I don't know what's going on, if you just need a minute away from the crowd, or if you're going to try to steal our stuff, or like, I don't know what's up. But whenever it's somebody that it's like, I know what's up, and I know that you're being an asshat, oh, I will cut you out of my life so fast. Like, there is a list of people that it's like, y'all can ask them, when was the last time they talked to me? Never. Like, I don't talk to those people anymore. So that's what happens when, sorry, fuck those guys, though. Let's change the subject. I'm getting salty. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to, like, just bitch.
I would
But
probably say something along the lines of, if they're friends or family, hopefully they'll be understanding
yeah,
of the fact that it's handmade, it takes time.
friends and family are typically very understanding. And when they're not, maybe have them over for a craft day. And be like, well, I can't make it for you for that much, but if you get want a margarita with that salt? I think if it's somebody that you like and you don't want to just...
Your troubles while you're making it.
Yeah.
I'm too busy to make it, but I'll help you while you make it.
Yeah. If you don't want to go the route of cutting people out of your life with your nice sewing scissors, then I would recommend like having them over for a craft day, and they can make it and they can see how much it takes to go into it and stuff. So yeah, sorry. How do you handle a prospective customer coming into the booth and commenting that a product isn't worth what you're charging? Again, and it could just be that I'm salty, Laura, but it's like, the sweet smell of another shitty opinion. There's the door. Goodbye. So yeah, probably don't say that. Yeah, no, I don't have any jewelry on today. The plan is in about 10 minutes, Randy and I are gonna go upstairs and watch Breaking Bad for the next 6 hours. So there's that.
Hey, I may not have got you.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's pretty good. We're late to the party, but it's a good party. But no, and Laura, that's really hard because that hurts. Randy had to stop me from tackling a 12-year-old one time. We were at some anime convention, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty terrible looking piece. But you just kind of, it was one of my first like polymer clay projects, and it was horrible, and all my fingerprints are still in it, and like it didn't even look like how it was supposed to. But I was selling it for $1. $1. And this kid was like, you do the best with what you've got. And it was the straw on my camelback. Yeah, it's our first time through Breaking Bad. No spoilers. It had been a long day, and I was about to give that kid an earful, and Randy was like, and this was back when I was like 18 too. So, yeah, back when I was a lot nicer. But no, I was about to jump over the table and just strangle him. But no, you shouldn't do that because that's child abuse and it's illegal. Very frowned upon. But no, and so just let your pride go. Any ugly comments that somebody else is making is much more a reflection of them and what they're going through than it is actually about your work. So, like, I don't know, get kind of zen with it and just turn the other cheek and burn an effigy later. Like, I don't know. I asked because I had a fellow walk up and comment that my resin coaster work wasn't worth $6 each, and he wouldn't have even paid more than $2, and dang, it was hurtful. That is really hurtful. And that's just somebody just being, like, what do they think, when somebody's saying stuff like that, I have to wonder, what are they hoping to accomplish by, like, is he trying to get it for $2? Because obviously he's interested, or maybe not obviously, like, it's like, what is he hoping to accomplish by having made that statement? Or is he just thoughtlessly being an asshat? And either way, it's not going to accomplish. Oh, holy crap! Aw, thanks, Dennis. So this girl liked me, what I do? So this girl likes me, what do is that what you're asking? I don't know. Be your genuine self around her and, like, tell her how you feel. I don't know. Randy snagged me because he had a beard and made me laugh a bunch. Sometimes that's all it takes. Oh, and he's very, very nice and compassionate and thoughtful and is amazing. I don't know, baby. What do you do when you like a girl?
Well, first thing you should do is actually ask yourself, how did they treat you?
Yeah. Is she worth liking?
Yeah, exactly. If she likes you, that's great. How does she treat you?
Let's not go down that road. Memories. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you for advice, McQueen. Anytime, mate. Buy her flowers for her B-Day. Yeah, that works. But no, it's just treat people the way that you want to be treated. And maybe a little nicer just in case they decide to... Because that's what works with... I like Randy so much, you guys. I'm very biased, but I try to spoil him. And he spoils me. And we got into this, like, peeing race of trying to outspoil each other. And then our life is, he's winning. You come with a hose attachment. Which helps. But, I'm just doing donations to streamers. Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Like, not gonna lie. Every little bit.
Preferred leather dye?
Ooh, it depends. My preferred leather dye truly does depend on what project I'm doing. Sorry, I keep seeing hose attachment and I'm trying really hard to not get distracted. Jean, we've been together for 14 years. It'll be 15 in February. So almost half my life. That's pretty cool. Hey, no thing. of an area where the attitude as well, I can make that. Not gonna lie, Marie, that's part of why I started a YouTube channel. There was a good bit of bye Danish, thank you. Good luck with everything. That's part of why I started making a YouTube channel, is so that I could have a way other than just being grouchy to channel the conversation when people are like, oh, I can make that. And I'd be like, cool, I do tutorials. Go learn how. Because either there's some options. Either you'll try it and you'll like it, and I've got a new crafting buddy, or you'll try it and you'll be like, oh, I should just buy stuff from her. Or you'll try it and maybe next time you'll keep your stinking mouth shut. Well, thank you, Susan. #1 fan. Wasn't there a Randy story involving a person insistent on haggling? I don't know. Randy doesn't budge. Randy does not budge. Like, peer pressure, nothing. Like, he hunkers down in his little turtle shell and he's like, move me. Like, he becomes like his little mountain of stubborn, which is cool, because it's like, if we ever have like problems with anything, Brenda takes care of it. It's very good. Sorry, I'm really full of sass and beans. Yeah, leather dye. Sorry. I really,
Fire
ants. I'm gonna show you guys. Beep boop. The different dyes that I like to use. Boo doo 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 doo. I'm gonna turn this off for just a second because it's still super sweaty up in this house. I like this stuff. EcoFlow Gel Antique. Oh, I'm dying. For
Which ones you like more because it has more fingerprints on it?
Yeah. Well, it's a relatively new bottle. But yeah, this is what they end up looking like. But I really love these. They come in like a couple of different colors, so it doesn't have the broadest color selection. But with the antique gels, the way that it works is it actually settles down. I don't have any examples directly. Yes, I do. On hand. So this piece here was accomplished with one dye, and that was the antique dye. So you can see it's darker where it settles into the details. So that really shows off all your tooling and stuff much better. No, I have not used alcohol based. I've used water based and oil based, but I have not used alcohol based.
Best place to get your dyes?
I get all my dyes from Tandy Leather, but also I was just recently got my little paws on some Leather Studio by Plaid, which I'm really excited to try this stuff out. Coming soon. But this is one, I love this for airbrushing. I try to stay away from using alcohol or oil-based dyes in my airbrush because my airbrush cleaner is water-based, and just mixing them does not end well. So I stick with water-based because that way anytime I buy thinner or cleaner or anything like that. But these are the EcoFlow Professional Water Stain. And then they also have from Tandy Leather, they have just a regular water stain that works out really nicely.
She was talking about my Sunday deals.
Oh yeah, his Sunday deals. Yeah, okay, Mandy wants to hear the story about, it was the host, no, wasn't the host of Christmas Past? And we were in the high school, and that guy like the woman was looking at, like, she really wanted that chainmail belly dance outfit. And the guy was like, well, you're never going to wear it.
Oh, no, that was in North Carolina, honey.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all blurred together. But Randy just took it off the mannequin and threw it on the floor and he said, he's like, that's how it's going to look on her. Dude bought it. He was like, like the wires crossed. He's like, because I mean, you know, why not? We all have our hobbies. But no, Randy's very solid and stoic about, he doesn't do Sunday deals, because the stuff that we're selling, the reason why we don't do discounts is because for the longest time we're like, we still need inventory for next weekend, and this will sell for full price. 5 days from now when we're set up in a different location entirely. Have you ever had a problem with parawire chipping easily? I personally haven't, not in a long time. Like, it's been a long time since I've had any wire chip on me, and that was just whenever I was like hammering the heck out of it. But parawire's enameling I found is much more supple. Now I can't speak for if maybe the wire had a lot of UV exposure or if maybe temperature fluctuations might have something to do with it. Like, I don't know, but I personally haven't had that. I have had on some of their more intensely colored enameled wires. The color will rub off under your fingers, but it's still very much there on the piece as well. And then to seal that, I'd just go over it with just some spray acrylic sealer, like how you would use on like charcoal drawings and stuff to get it to stabilize. So yeah. But yeah, so that's leather dye. So I'm gonna go back over here now. Oh my gosh, it's already so big. I did with parawire, but it's definitely where I was gripping too tight. Right on. Yeah, and sometimes, I'm sorry, excuse me. I keep reminding myself, drink water, like it will make you money and solve all of your problems. So, I've been drinking like at least 2 liters a day for like 6 days now. So, what were we talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah, next question. Actually, it's been an hour. So I think we're gonna go and do birthday stuff. Because honestly, Randy, I kind of need to go get more wire, or, foam. That's what I was gonna say. A lot of the times, the trouble and like strain that we put the wire through when we're crafting with it is so far above and beyond what any kind of stress it'll go through when it's being worn. So just because a wire might break or pinch or something when you're gripping it with your pliers, it'll be fine when it's being worn. Ooh, Laura says, I may be starting a new resin product. Maybe ink or glitter tumblers. Oh my gosh, right on. Yee, that'll be perfect. Because everybody drinks out of like cups or something, like mostly, right? Like that's gotta be the... Cynthia says, my 80-year-old mom is watching on the big screen TV with me. I wanted her to see that our home is not the only one full of beads. Cynthia's mom! Yes, I will show her my beads. Yeah. Okay. So, what kind of like crafting does she... Oh, is she crafty too? Because this is my little nest. This used to be a living room. But not anymore. So, but yeah, that's my little nest. That's where I spend almost all of my time, unless I'm like over there or somewhere else. But this is also, I'm not gonna lie, I used to have like pipe dreams about this stuff whenever we were first starting out. Story time. Can I sit by you, Randy? I like you so much. I miss you. I know. Just stop grunting like that. Can't you pretend like you like me?
I do like you.
I know, but can you pretend, like, act it out? Other than all of the other really wonderful, nice things that you do for me.
I love everything you do. Just do more of it.
Yeah, just do more
all
of that,
the time.
please. Yes. Okay, story time. When Randy and I first started our business, we were in a 1-bedroom apartment.
You put our bed in the closet.
I smooshed our bed into the closet. We still had the twin-size bed then, didn't we? Yeah, our twin-size bed. We were not as chonky back then.
No.
We could still both of us fit on a twin-size bed. Now, if we want to sleep on a twin-size bed, we have to go head to feet, like fitting 2 shoes in a shoebox so our bellies overlap. But we're working on that. That's why we go to the gym. But we had pushed the bed into the closet to make room for like the crafting area, because like it started to really grow and grow whenever we like went full time.
Every morning I would come out of the closet closet, get dressed, and go to work.
and trip over my projects.
Yeah, it was not
And
happening.
so it was, and then we found out that like a townhouse in the same apartment complex was $50 more a month, but 2 rooms, and it was an upstairs and a downstairs, so we were able to have like some like delegated craft room space, and it was like a 12-foot square room roundabout.
I don't know.
It was decently sized.
It was
We made the bigger of the two, like what should have been the master bedroom. We made that the craft room, and that was amazing. It was so nice to have like a space.
So nice not come out of the closet every morning.
Yeah, and to have a, like we were gifted a hand-me-down like full-size mattress, which was amazing. That was so big and spacious. And it's just, I don't know, I still, of all the places we've lived, I really like living in that apartment, except for nothing ever worked.
Nothing worked. Nothing got fixed.
Yeah, the air, but the passive solar heating
That
though,
was
in the winter, like our whole electric bill was like $25 for like 3 or 4 months, because it would actually get so warm because it was a southern facing apartment that from the light coming in, that we'd have to open the windows to let the like 30-degree air into the apartment because it was so warm. But that was nice, because dang, I could use some $25 electric bills, I tell you what. You still looking for an animator to create a beginning for you? My son could do it. Ooh, right on. Have him send me a demo reel. Backdoorcreations@yahoo.com. Like, just send me a link. Yes, I'm still looking for an animator. And also like have them let me know how much they would like be charging. Yeah, be careful of too much water intake, your body can drown. There is that, and I am keeping a close eye on it, but I also eat a bunch of like salt and garbage and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it. What's going on? I see you, chunky girl. I love you. You're so pretty with your big tum tum. Okay. Next goes. Also, coffee is dehydrating. Yeah, it's we eat a lot of salt and stuff, and it's like we're keeping an eye on it. But I appreciate you looking out for us, though. But yeah, I remember that first apartment. We had,
Technically, our first apartment was in Texas.
yeah, I remember that one too.
I don't.
You were hardly ever there. You were working so much.
Yeah. Worked and I slept and I sweated because our vehicle did not have air conditioning.
Nope, Barney, our old purple truck. But yeah. Jordan said, hey, there is an animator I've been in contact with. They do a free 60-second video to try to get you to purchase more. Let me know if you want the info. Right on. That'd be cool. Randy's playing with a bracelet made by our friends with Bass Engine Creations. Thanks, Teresa. My neighbor's cat ran into our house today and frightened the heck out of me. Oh no!
It's like, I don't own a cat.
I don't
You
own a
wind up with
cat.
right there.
Okay, so I do think we're gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, and for all the birthday wishes. Y'all help make every day wonderful. So thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you on Thursday. So until then, you guys, happy crafting. Oh wait, also I posted a bunch of crap for sale. Well, not crap, but like one-of-a-kind pieces for sale on Etsy. So
You did the exact thing I asked you not to do.
I talked to you about this. We talked about this. We did, because I was like, remember how much we need money? Do you recall that conversation? Okay, because we had it. We were like talking at the gym.
Oh, what is said at the gym is not talk.
Well, okay, so
That
yeah.
is mostly grunts.
Please go buy stuff. So, love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye. Please don't be mad at me.